Good morning and welcome to Jamaica News Now. This morning, the political temperature is rising after leaked voice recordings triggered a dispute between the country's two main political parties. Two men are recovering after gunmen attack a Sunday football gathering in Manchester. The search for Jamaica's next central bank governor is approaching a critical stage, while new figures have renewed concerns about repeat offending in the prison population. Later in the program, Jamaica's young Reggae Boyz begin their regional championship campaign with a dramatic victory, and the country prepares to pay its final respects to former Senate President Professor Oswald Harding. Here are the main stories making news this Monday morning. A political row is intensifying over leaked voice recordings in which individuals reportedly discuss strategies to undermine the National Reconstruction and Resilience Authority, known as NaRRA, and damage the reputation of its chief executive officer, retired Major General Antony Anderson. People's National Party President Mark Golding says the comments do not represent his party's official position. Addressing the controversy at a meeting of the PNP's National Executive Council on Sunday, Golding said the individuals were speaking in their personal capacities and were not authorized to establish policy for the party. Golding described the online forum as a WhatsApp group created by individuals within the PNP. He said the party accepts responsibility only for positions established through its constitutional bodies or communicated by authorized representatives. The recordings were reportedly made after Anderson's appointment to lead the authority responsible for coordinating Jamaica's post-disaster reconstruction. The governing Jamaica Labour Party has rejected Golding's explanation. JLP Communications Chairman Senator Abka Fitz-Henley accused the opposition leader of failing to condemn the statements reportedly made in the recordings. He also disputed Golding's characterization of those involved, claiming some were members of the PNP's executive structure. The recordings and their surrounding context have not been independently authenticated in the reports reviewed by Jamaica News Now. The developing controversy is nevertheless likely to increase scrutiny of both the political debates surrounding NaRRA and public confidence in the authorities' reconstruction work. Police are investigating a gun attack near the entrance of Bellefield High School in Manchester that left two men injured on Sunday evening. Preliminary reports indicate that a group had assembled at the school for a regular Sunday football game when masked gunmen reportedly ambushed them at approximately 5 o'clock. The attackers opened fire before fleeing the area. One victim reportedly sustained a gunshot wound to the face, while the second was shot in the shoulder. Both men were taken to hospital. A third man suffered minor injuries during the rush recover after the shooting began. No motive has yet been publicly established, and there was no immediate report of an arrest. The incident comes amid heightened concern about violence in Manchester, following a separate fatal confrontation involving the police in Mandeville over the weekend. Finance and Public Service Minister Favour Williams says Cabinet has not yet received a shortlist of candidates for the position of Governor of the Bank of Jamaica. The minister was responding to a report identifying Senior Deputy Governor Dr. Wayne Robinson as a possible front-runner to succeed Richard Biles. Williams said the search committee had not informed Cabinet of any leading candidate and warned that publicly naming potential contenders could undermine the selection process. Applications were reportedly received and evaluated independently by the committee. The minister did not say whether Robinson had applied, been interviewed, or was among the people under consideration. The search committee was appointed in April and is expected to complete its work by the end of July. Once the shortlist is submitted, Cabinet will decide which candidate should be recommended to the Governor General for appointment under the Bank of Jamaica Act. Baez has served as governor since August 2019, and his tenure is scheduled to conclude next month. The eventual appointment will be closely watched because the governor plays a central role in monetary policy, inflation management, and the stability of Jamaica's financial system. New figures published by the Planning Institute of Jamaica are renewing concerns about repeat offending and the effectiveness of rehabilitation within the correctional system. The 2025 Economic and Social Survey, Jamaica, indicates that 153 inmates were readmitted to correctional facilities during the period reviewed. Of that number, 29 had reportedly returned to prison for a fourth time, while 19 had been readmitted on 3 occasions. 78 inmates were readmitted for the first time and 26 for a second time. Men accounted for 149 of the 153 cases. The country's recidivism rate was reported at approximately 27%. The PIOJ said rehabilitation and reintegration programs continued for adult and juvenile inmates. A total of 531 inmates participated in educational programs, while 541 received vocational training. The figures raise questions about the support available to people after they leave prison, including access to employment, housing, counseling, and continued supervision. Without effective reintegration, former inmates can face conditions that increase the risk of returning to criminal activity. Crime Stop Jamaica paid approximately $10.3 million to tipsters in 2025, an increase from the $7.5 million paid during the previous year. According to the PIOJ's latest economic and social survey, Crime Stop received 809 tips during the year. That represented a reduction of 6.7%, but the number of arrests resulting from tips increased by 38.2% to 76. Information supplied through the program also led to the seizure of 630 rounds of ammunition. Narcotics valued at approximately $36.9 million were recovered, along with property valued at $7.1 million. Crime Stop allows members of the public to submit information anonymously and receive cash rewards when their tips produce results. Its well-known contact number is 311. The latest figures suggest that although fewer tips were submitted, the information received produced a higher number of arrests. Jamaica's young Reggae Boyz have opened their CONCACAF Under-20 Championship campaign with a dramatic 2-1 victory over Honduras in Puebla, Mexico. Jamari Nolan gave Jamaica the lead in the 21st minute, directing his shot beyond Honduran goalkeeper Alan Curry. Honduras increased the pressure after the break and equalized through Victor Salazar in the 75th minute. With the game appearing headed for a draw, Brandon Bent scored from a poorly cleared corner during stoppage time. Bent created space before firing the ball beyond the goalkeeper to secure all 3 points for Jamaica. The victory was Jamaica's first at the Under-20 Championship since 2022. The team is level at the top of Group C with Canada, which defeated Panama 3-0 in the group's other opening match. The official funeral for former Senate President Professor Oswald Gaskell Harding is scheduled to take place today at the University Chapel on the Mona campus of the University of the West Indies. Harding had had a long career in public service and law and was widely respected for his contribution to Jamaica's parliamentary and constitutional development. He served as President of the Senate from 1980 to 1984 and again from 2007 to 2011. The government previously announced that Harding would receive an official funeral in recognition of his national service. The ceremony is expected to bring together relatives, government representatives, members of the legal profession, and other public figures. Today's service will provide the country with an opportunity to reflect on Professor Harding's contribution to public life and the development of Jamaica's democratic institutions. Those are the leading stories in this morning's Jamaica News Now roundup. The political dispute surrounding the leaked NaRRA recordings is expected to remain a major developing story, while police continue their investigation into Sunday's shooting in Bellefield. Attention will also be focused on the search for the next Bank of Jamaica governor as the selection committee approaches its end of July deadline. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to Jamaica News Now, turn on notifications, and share your views respectfully in the comments. I'm your host, and we will continue to follow these and other developing stories throughout the day. Subscribe today, turn on notifications, and never miss the stories that matter most. Jamaica News Now, your Highlands, your news, right now.